And we are live. Bell, how you doing, mate? Libby Jones, how you doing? How's everyone doing? Claire James, Lisa Russell, Terry McCall, Casey Cooney, Michelle Hayden. How you doing? Amanda Rodriguez, Charlie Trigg. How's everyone doing? Cole Thomas, Lisa Johnson. How is everyone? You all right? Thanks for coming along. We're doing something different. We're doing something different this evening. We're going to be talking about mental health. We're going to be talking about mental health, addiction, alcoholism. We're going to be talking about it. I'd love for you guys to feel free to come live and talk about your issues. If you would like to talk about your issues, that'd be nice. We'll build the group up. If anybody wants to come on and talk live, I'm going to put the link down there. We'll give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll give it a couple more minutes. Share this live out for me, guys. That'd be amazing. Share the live out for me. That'd be amazing. And then I'm going to put the link down there in the bottom. If you want to come on and talk about your issues, talk about your situations, feel free to, all right? Because there's one thing I'm aware of, is there's so many people that are suffering in every different way. So many people that are suffering with anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, drug addictions, all sorts. And I'd love you guys to share your experiences for everybody, not for me. This is for everybody. And then hopefully we can all help each other in some way. That's what I would like. So what I'm going to do is put the link down in the bottom. I'm going to put the link down in the bottom, and then feel free, if you want to come live, click on the link. All right. Click on the link. There's one thing I know. I went through something. I don't know whether it was real bad depression. I don't know what it was, but I went through something where I felt out of my body. I felt really uncomfortable. I felt really in myself. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want the things I enjoyed, like my readings. I didn't do nothing. I didn't want to do anything. I felt really bogged down. I felt really stressed. I felt really worried about everything. I felt like everything was coming in on top of me. And the only thing that really, really got me through it, the only thing that really, really got me through that was going out walking. That's the truth. I went out walking every day. I went out walking every day, and I changed my diet as well. You know, diet can change the way your mind works, and that's the truth. That's the truth. Diet. I've put the link down there. If anybody wants to come on and talk about their situations, I'm not going to say issues because that's terrible, but their situations, about how they feel and etc., or if they've overcome anything, then please come on and talk about it. If someone's, the lady there, Ashley Wild, she said her brother took his own life. I'd love for you to come on and talk about it. If you want to come on and talk about it, we could make a little show of it every week. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to put the link down there again. If you want to come on, come on. Feel free to come on. Just click on the link. Feel free to come on. Don't be afraid. We're all here. We're all got. If I'm totally honest, we're all going through it in some way. Angie Howe, much love, darling. We're all going through it in some way. And I went through something. I'm not going to say it's depression, but I went through something. And I feel it was that because I didn't want to get out of bed, really stressed, feel like the world was crumbling inside on top of me. Yeah. So we've got this lady here, Carl. Yeah. How you doing, darling?
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. I'm okay. So I thought I'm going to start doing this on a weekly basis, on the reason that I had this mad couple of weeks, and so many people reached out to me, and what it taught me was that what I had was not as severe as what other people are getting, and people are coming on there talking about the way they are, and I'm like, no disrespect to anybody, but I'm grateful that it wasn't like that for me. But I know there are many people out there really, really suffering, and it would be great for. There's nothing out there like this for people to come and talk. There's nothing. I, I, there ain't nothing like this on Facebook.
No, there isn't.
I'm not going to say anybody's names or anything, but there's something about mental health, but that person doesn't even talk about mental health properly, and and it just seems to be all about the finances. Well, this is free. This isn't costing anybody anything. So yeah, please talk away. Feel free to talk.
I think that with mental health, everybody has their own stigma behind it.
Yeah,
And people don't understand that even though you put a smile on and live your life day to day, that there are underlying issues that people suffer with and are afraid to talk about it because they don't want that quote unquote label. They don't want people
of
to
course,
judge them.
of course.
They believe that, or they, from looking at other circumstances, are afraid that they're going to always be looked down upon and
Sure.
not be accepted for who they are and the struggles that they have gone through. I believe that throughout, well, for me personally, throughout my entire life, I've always dealt with some sort of mental health, whether it dealt with anxiety, depression, self
Sure.
esteem, however you want to call it. It can go from one end of
Sure.
the spectrum to the other.
Yeah.
And because I was so afraid of how people were going to deem me, I've never talked about it and never got the help that I should have sought a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, my advice to other people, so it doesn't drag them down to a place where it gets tough for them to build themselves back out, that you should talk to people about it. You should be able
100%.
to have an outlet, whether it's family, friends, therapists, however you deem necessary,
Sure.
to speak about it and not hold it in to a point where you find yourself in a rut, in a gutter, and you can't build
It's true.
yourself back up. And I would advise anybody who sees a family member or a friend, close friend, going through anything, reach out, put your hand out there, let them know that you're there, because a lot of times we think we're alone and we're the only ones going through whatever the
So
issue
true.
is.
So true. And also what you find with the mental state, because I'll call it a mental state because it is that, right? We can name it whatever we want to call it, but it's a mental state.
Exactly.
With the mental state, it will make you feel as though you don't want to reach out to people, or it will make you feel like you can't reach out to people because there might not be as many people as you think. When actual fact, if you reach out, you'll find a lot more people will come out the woodworks to really help you. It's the truth. So
And
many.
for the most part, along the lines, along their lives, at some point in time, they felt the same way that you felt.
So
And they too were also afraid. So by you sharing your story, they can share theirs, and it becomes a cycle, and nobody feels secluded anymore.
sure, sure, spot on. Is there any tips that you would say to help ease it?
Um,
Because you can't make it disappear. It doesn't go away. But
you
is there?
can't make it disappear. I
But you can
believe,
ease it.
I believe the tip is don't push it down. Don't stuff it in. Don't let it sit and dwell, because that's where it tends to eat you up the most, and
Yeah,
it does more harm to you than anybody else. I
yeah,
know it's hard. I know it's difficult. Trust me, I know, but I think that once you find that one outlet to go to and start slowly there, you'll find it easier to open up to more people and to talk about it a lot easier. It's not going to
sure.
happen overnight.
No,
Um, but find somebody that you trust, and just a little bit here and there and here and there, and who knows what happens. But my
definitely.
advice is just don't hold it in. It does more damage than good.
So
And
true.
it could lead to worse things. I've seen that happen as well. And you would be surprised how good you feel just by speaking and talking
Yes,
and
true.
just letting it out, instead of just holding it in.
Yeah.
That's it, just let yourself be heard. At the end of
Also,
the day, let yourself be heard.
100%. Also, exercise is huge. Exercise, walking, running, anything that's going to stimulate you while your mind was slowly, because it's all to do with the mind overthinking, overanalyzing. Obviously, you get the feelings too. But if you're when you're exercising or you're walking, you put some music on, you can lose yourself like that, and that can kill time. It can make the energy run through you, and you can forget about things for a small period of time,
Oh,
which
you're
helps.
absolutely right, because once you sit, and especially if you're sitting and you're in that mental state of either depression or loneliness, that's when you start to fester and isolate, and it doesn't become good for you more mentally than anything else. So exercise, you're absolutely right. That does wonders for a lot of us.
Course. Also diet as well. You'll tend to see with people that are depressed, they either stop eating or they overeat. It's either one. There's no in between. They either stop eating or they overeat, and they're just living off that, either not eating at all or they really overeat and binge eat. And the way, for me, it doesn't. I mean, come on, it must work for everybody. Start eating a lot more healthier, putting vegetables in your diet, having fruits in the morning. That changes your mental state completely. It really does. Even to people that have not got the issues of feeling depression or
Oh,
whatever you want to
absolutely.
name it.
That helps everybody as a whole. That
Yeah,
between eating well and exercising, that just changed how you feel. So changing how you feel might also help change how you think
totally,
and how you drive yourself. So I
totally.
think all of it links to one another in some way, shape, or form.
Also, I know people struggle with it and stuff. Also, meditation is a word that people look at it and go, oh, I can't do that. But really, meditation is just to slow the mind down, allow the thoughts to pass. That's all it is. It's
Yes.
allowing the thoughts to pass without reacting, because every reaction has a consequence. That's all it is. And we can do it while we're driving, we could do it while we're cleaning, we could do it while we're walking, we can do it while we're sitting down, we can lay down, we can do it any way we want, just as long as we pay attention, put our awareness to the thoughts and allow the thoughts to pass without reaction. That's all it is. And then what you'll find is the mind will start slowing down. You can be in the moment of nothingness eventually through practice. And it can really, really help you become more aware of life, become aware of yourself, become aware of your feelings and your thoughts. I've been doing it now for 5 years. I'm so more aware of myself. It's changed me as a person, completely changed me. I used to be very aggressive. I used to be very bolshy. And now I'm very calm. I analyze everything. I'm not an impulsive thinker anymore. I will say things and really, I will think about it and really analyze it. That really also helps too.
I
So
agree. I just started with the meditation. I know me personally, I was a real skepticism about it for a very long time. And I've got thrown it here and there. It's just I'm starting to ease myself into it. I'm finding a few of them very helpful, and a
sure,
few like audios and even like the videos that I watch, I find them very helpful, even though I don't do
yes,
them probably as often as I should. I can
sure,
see where the benefits do come in. I definitely do.
yeah, 100%. It's been lovely chatting to you.
You too. Thank
God
you.
bless. Take care.
You as well.
That's it. Okay, guys. I would love for you guys to get this live shared out for me. That'd be very kind of you. I'd love for you guys to share it out. Please share it out. It's a massive thing, talking about mental health, people's situations that they're going through. I would love for you guys to get it right shared out so everybody can see it. But you could even if everybody shared it out, even if it hit 2 or 3 people, even if it hit 2 or 3 people and it helped them in some way, we're doing something right. So we've got this next lady that's coming on here. How you doing? You all right?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah,
Good.
I'm good. Good. What would you like to talk about, darling?
Um, I just want everyone to know that like they're not alone with like anything
Yeah.
that they suffer with.
Mm.
Because I had a suicide attempt at the new year, and for so long I felt so alone.
Okay.
And then I've just come to realise that like you're never alone. Like
No.
no matter who's there, everyone will always be there for you.
Sure. So you went through that suicide thing.
Yeah.
What started it? Was there something that started that downward spiral?
Yeah, I was severely bullied when I was at school. So I had
Okay.
to drop out of school. And then even though I left, things still carried on through social media.
Sure.
And then it just was a whole thing that just really built up.
Okay. And how was your road to recovery? Where did you end up? What was you doing to change things for yourself?
I have lots of therapy. Animals and children are a really good distraction for me because they bring me happiness.
Yeah.
So yeah, distraction is like really key for me because it just takes your mind off of everything.
Sure. Well, it's nice that you come away from that because you're still a young lady.
Yeah.
You're still a young lady. You've got so much life ahead of you. You've got so much life ahead of you, and you're a beautiful looking girl. There's nothing wrong with you. Like the last lady, it's good to talk.
Yeah.
And if you get to that stage where you start getting them thoughts, just know that it's not you,
Yeah.
because it ain't you. Just that's what I can say. But yeah, God bless you.
Thank you. You too.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. We're going to land on Tony in a second. If you wait there for a minute, my old mate. Guys, I would love for you guys to come on and share your experiences. I would love for you guys to get this live shared out. I don't feel like people are sharing it out. I would love for you to share it out. Get it out there and share it out for everybody to see. It's nice for people to get stuff off their chest. This is a big thing for a lot of people. It takes a lot for people to come onto something like this and talk about their experiences. So it would be nice for everybody just to do their piece and share it out. That'd be lovely. All right. Tony, how you doing, my old son?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've struggled mental health in the past. Right,
Yeah.
I seem to be going through an awful lot at the moment. I've worked all the way through the lockdowns as a key worker, but I'm
Okay.
also a single parent to a 12-year-old boy. And at the moment, my 12-year-old is going through major anxiety issues.
Yeah.
Probably stems from the fact that me and his mum went through such a volatile divorce.
Okay.
To top it off, I lost my mum to cancer
Bless
in
her heart.
12 months ago.
Okay.
So I like to think that I'm a strong-willed person, and because of my past,
Yeah.
I had help, and I've been able to sort of like anytime I feel like I have trigger points, I've got strength to get through things.
Sure.
But I'm finding that because of the lack of time and me always working,
Yeah.
having to deal with my son on my own has been the most difficult thing.
I can imagine.
And yeah, I've got the shakes now. It's sort of like,
Yeah.
I can cope with things. I found out what my coping mechanism is, and that is that as soon as I identify that I'm sort of like struggling, I've just got the strength just to go right, ride it through, carry on.
Definitely.
Because I think the best thing to do whenever you're suffering is to seek help. Don't bottle it or don't keep it in. Because if you keep it in, I think that's what wears you down. That can make you more ill. So
Yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
what you can do is to seek professional help. Now, at the moment, my boy is suffering really, really bad anxiety, and I'm doing something about it. I've gone to the GP. They're going
Sure.
to do referrals about his anxiety. But I just generally just worry that the poor lad's gone through so much.
Bless him.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Of course. And you can only do the best you can as a man, and you can't allow yourself to beat yourself up to think that you're not doing enough, because you are doing enough, because he's still there and he's still breathing. He's still, do you know what I mean? You should be
Yeah.
proud of who you are. Be proud of who you are. Seriously, from my heart, you should be proud of who you are. Be proud that you've got that boy there with you, because a lot of men, there's not many guys that have their children, sadly, and you're going through that, and as hard as it is, you're going to come out of it, and yeah, you should be proud of yourself, 100%, Tony,
I mean,
100%.
I look at my life and growing up, I lost my dad when I was young, when I was 7.
Yeah, sure,
And my mum brought 3 of us up on her own, 3 kids. And I've
sure,
always doubted, going through my adulthood, would I make a good dad?
sure.
And am I a good dad? And
Yeah,
now I
yeah,
don't really question myself. I just think I just do what I got to do for my boy.
yeah,
And
and
that's what I'm trying to do. But
that's all.
my main message is, if there's anybody out there that is struggling with their mental issues, seek help no matter what. I think
Yeah,
the worst that you can do is keep it bottled in and let it fester.
it's true. It's true. But also, I want to make this very clear to you. It's all right to show emotion, Tone. It's all right to show. That's what I'm hearing in my ear. I don't feel like you like to show emotion. I'm hearing
No,
that
I
very
don't.
clearly. I'm hearing that very clearly in my ear. And they're telling you, whoever this guy is, he's saying it's okay to show emotion. It's okay to have a little cry. It's okay to be tearful. It's okay to be emotional. That don't make you no less of a man. All right. I'm very much aware of that's what they're referencing to here. I think what you're doing is huge for you, for your son's sake, and for your ex-partner as well. I think no matter how you guys feel, it's huge. And for you to have your son there, yeah, I hold my hands up to you. Well done. But thanks for coming on the live, Tone.
No,
It's been nice. It's been nice meeting you, buddy. If you ever want to talk, just message my page. I'm always about. Right?
yeah, you probably might already be aware I'm already thinking about it. So
Yeah,
we
but I'm not
will be
just talking.
chatting soon.
I'm not just talking about a reading. I'm talking about privately. If you want to talk privately, I'm always about. Don't deal with nothing on your own. Right? Seriously, from my heart. If you ever feel that way, just message me and we'll consider. I'm always about, Tone. All right, mate.
All right, then, cheers.
All right. God bless you, mate. Take care.
And you, mate. Thanks
Cheers,
very much.
fella. Bye, mate. How's everyone doing? Thanks for all coming along, guys. Thanks for all coming along, guys. I would love for someone to come on live and talk about their experiences. This is how this show, this live is going to keep running. I thought I'd do it for everybody else's sake, including my own. Yeah, so I've put the link down there. If anybody would like to come on, please come on. Or if it don't even have to be about your experiences, it could be about somebody else's experiences in your life. If you want to talk about something that went through, like I see a lady that put her son committed suicide or whatever. If you want to come on and talk about these experiences, if you don't, that's totally fine. If you don't, that's totally fine. But these lives are going to be about you guys. All right. So if you want to come on live about it, I ain't got much to say about it. The only thing, like, I'll just basically express everything that I need to say. But I was hoping that there was going to be a lot more people that would want to come on live, but obviously there ain't. So we'll give it a little bit longer. If no one's interested in coming on, I will come off of here. But my aim here is to help people, and you can sit down and talk. Sometimes, talking about things, talking about it helps so much. It really does. You can't find the link. I'll put it in the messages there for you. I'll put it in the messages there for you. I would love for people to come on live. Fiona Lily, she said she can't find the link. It's there in the messages. I've just put it in there. That's okay. Listen, that's totally fine if you guys don't want to come live. It's totally fine. We'll just cut it short, innit? But I do want to. There you go, Jamie Jones. I do want to carry this on, and it would be nice to make something of this, because there ain't nothing out there like it.
Hold on. Let me
Hey,
put me
Jack,
lamp.
you all right?
Yeah, I'm not so bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm okay, fella. I'm okay.
So,
So
my journey started 12 years ago.
okay.
I've got bipolar 2 and borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
I also work in mental health,
Sure.
and I'm training to be a psychologist as well.
Amazing.
Now, I'm a massive believer in crying. I cry a
Sure.
lot.
Yeah,
I
sure.
cry all the
Sure.
time. I can cry over a film, over a magazine. I can cry over
Yeah,
because there's too
sure.
many sugars in the tea.
Sure.
And I think it's
Eddie,
massively important to share
so
that
do
out.
I.
It doesn't matter how old you are. You know, I used to be a doorman, door supervisor, you know, working the
Same.
nightclubs, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
still had a cry. I'd have a cry on the doors with the, you know, with the girls.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
didn't bother me.
Well, it's a good energy release, isn't it? It's a
Yeah,
good
massive,
energy. It releases the energy. That's what it
massive.
does. Yeah, it
Yeah,
does. You're right.
it
You're right.
opens that tap. Now you got to think of it as a glass of water. So you've got your tap on, and you know this glass of water is filling up, filling up, filling up, filling up, filling up.
Yeah.
You've got to find a way of managing that. You've got to find a way of trickling it out instead of, you know, instead of turning that tap on and it's all flooding out. Find a way of turning the tap on slightly and letting it trickle out. Letting it trickle out. Open that gate.
Yeah,
Let it
sure.
out. Don't hold it in. Speak out.
Yeah, it's
Speak
true.
out.
It's true. You're spot on.
Mm.
You're spot on. So how have you been dealing with everything, like apart from the crying? What's
So,
going on?
what I do, I've got a mental health support group with about 1,700 members now, and
Okay.
I find just talking to other people and finding that conversation with someone, because there's always like one person you can find a conversation with. I could, you know, be in a room with 100 people and make friends with all of them. It's
Yeah,
about having that conversation, talking it out, finding a
it
way
is.
of communicating, building rapport with people, because you know it talking massively helps. Talking
It
does
really
massively
does.
help.
Yeah, it really does. And being honest, if it
Yeah, you've
sometimes
got,
sometimes
yeah,
it's about people as well. People have an effect on other people, and that makes them depressed, like bullying and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
talking about it and being honest with people as well really helps.
one hundred,
Whether they like it or not, whether they
yeah,
like it or not, you just tell it how it is. You
yeah,
don't got to
yeah,
be aggressive or bolshy. You tell it how it is, and
yeah.
you'll find that it makes you feel a lot better in yourself because you've actually allowed it to come out of you. Like that,
That's right.
like that lady said, when you suppress it and you're suppressing it and you're suppressing it, you're the one dealing with that. No one else is dealing with
Exactly.
it. You're the one dealing with it.
Exactly, you know, sometimes you've got to push yourself because nobody else will do it for you. You know, sometimes you've got to do things on your own. Sometimes you know, and it's not. I'm not saying that in a harsh way, but sometimes you do. You've got to do things on your own, off your own back. You know,
You have.
2018, I had a mental breakdown and took an attempt on my life. Ended up in hospital,
Bless your heart.
and as much as I had my, you know, my wife and I've got my kids about.
Sure,
I had to do it for myself. You know,
sure.
they weren't pulling me out, and it was on myself then to say, right, what's going wrong, and
Yeah,
working on one small issue at a time. You know, as small as it is. You know, in the morning when I wake up, I make my bed. That's the first achievement of the day done. You know, the next one, have a glass of water. That's the next achievement of the day.
you're
Small
right.
doses.
You're right. You're absolutely spot on. And it's about putting things in your life that start to make you happy as well.
That's
Stop
right.
putting things in your life that make you happy. What do I like doing? So I question myself, what do I like doing? And a
Yeah.
lot of people say, well, I don't really know what I like doing. Well, no, you do. There's things that make you, like for me, music really cheers me up, clears my mind, and walking. I know it sounds crazy. I'll walk an hour up the listen, if I could walk an hour up the road and an hour back and it tires me out so I can go to sleep when I get back and then I'll get
That's
up and
it.
I'm okay, I'll go and do that every day. That's the
That's
truth.
it.
And it's finding
That's it.
things that make you happy. It's finding things that make you okay in life. So you forget the issues because them feelings and thoughts pass. They
They
don't,
do.
nothing stays. The
They
only
do.
thing
Yeah.
that stays is the consciousness. Everything else passes.
That's
Everything.
right.
It's
That's
true.
right.
Even the
Yeah.
body passes. And so
That's right.
it's about doing things that take your mind off of that. Sometimes
That's
people
it.
cleaning does it. Getting in your
Yeah.
mood, cleaning.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
cleaning. I can clean all day long. You know, it's yeah. I don't know why either. I don't know what it's from because like
It's
growing up, you know, it's
it just takes your mind away. It's things that
it
take your
does.
mind away from it, and that's all it
It
is.
keeps you
And if you can
busy.
take
That's what it's about.
if you can take your mind away from things for a small period of time, I'd be doing that every day. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
I'm doing that every day.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
Jamie, listen, God bless you. Take care, buddy.
Take care, mate. Take care.
See you, fella. Bye, mate. Thanks for coming along, guys. I would love for you guys to share this live out for me. It'd be amazing. All right. It would be lovely if you could all share it out. There's 103 of us. All right. That'd be very kind. Dal, how you doing, me old mate? Angie, much love. Okay, Paula. How you doing, Paula?
Pretty good. I wasn't expecting to be on. You freaked me out. But I just wanted to say stuff about depression. I battled it for so many years and felt alone, and I became like a hermit, and then never dated. I had my children and never dated because I thought, I'm too depressed to deal with people, and I didn't know how to handle it. But I found the more I had my grandkids involved, and
Yeah.
my son tried to commit suicide, so I was like, lost myself and trying to pull together. And the only way I knew was through listening to music and, kind of meditating through music.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I just found slowly but surely, still got a long ways to go, but to lift
course.
myself up, I had so many people die on me, and it's been real tragic. And in having this depression, I thought, you try to talk to somebody and they think, oh, what is wrong with you? Get your stuff together, just snap out of it. Well, it's not that
Yeah.
easy.
No,
And,
it's not.
as long as you can keep control of yourself and do, like you said, walking, talking to people, even when they won't
Yeah.
listen, hotlines of the 1-800 club, that really helped me kick through,
Sure.
and
Sure.
it's not over, but it's getting easier,
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And also, I feel like talking to outsiders really helps as well. If you talk to
Right.
outsiders, you can get a lot off your chest when you're talking to an outsider because they have no clue about you. They're talking to a blank sheet.
Right, they
paper.
don't judge you, so
They don't
I
judge you.
found that's a lot easier. Yes, and I
Yeah.
prefer that because everybody thinks, oh, you got it made. I don't have nothing made. Depression is a bad destroyer of your life.
It is. It
It's
is.
not what you have; it's who you have to
It's
listen.
true. It's true. But
And-
it also comes and goes, like I said. It
Right.
also comes and goes. And that's one thing that we have to be really aware of, that it doesn't just stay. And I know people deal with it for long periods, and I'm not saying that it just comes and goes within days, but you
Right.
become aware of it and like you find the triggers of what makes you happy and how to deal with it and certain situations, like taking your mind away, like I said.
And watching you helps.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. Well, anyway, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Take care. See you
Okay,
later.
bye.
Bye. Alicia, what's the matter, darling? Why's with the angry face, girl? What's with the angry face, girl? Let's have a butcher's here. 2 secs, Sharon. I'll bring you on in a sec, all right? 2 secs, darling. Sharon, she's put an angry face here for some reason, and I have no clue why. Anyway, thanks for all coming along, guys. Leog, seriously, I don't think you have a place in this feed. Oh, don't worry about it, guys. Listen. Sharon, we're coming on in a minute, darling. Listen, don't worry about Lee Hogg. It doesn't mean nothing. Ignore it. Literally ignore it. It doesn't matter. There's no money being made from this. There's nothing. There's literally people talking about their issues, talking about their situations. And if this person wants to come on and talk garbage, it just shows you what sort of character he is. And that's the truth, right? So don't worry about the trolls. Don't worry about it. It doesn't mean anything, all right? Come on. We're just talking about people's mental health here. If people are that sad to be writing stuff on it, naughty stuff on here, then more for them. Just quickly, Annette Carver. No, I don't send friend requests, all right? I don't send them, all right? Cool. Okay, how you doing, Sharon? You right, darling?
Oh, hold on. Can you hear me?
Hey,
Hey,
you are?
can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Yeah.
doll.
How you doing? All right.
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm all right. Yeah, it's people just don't understand, do they? You know, you always get one, don't you?
Well, it's weird because you would think they'd come on and say, "Oh, he's conning people, or he's ripping people off, or he's this," and you go, "All right, whatever." Some people just don't believe in the afterlife, and that's totally cool. I ain't here to try and push it on anybody. That's when I'm doing my readings, right?
They
I
shouldn't be
get
on
it.
your page then, should they? It's
Yeah, I'll get it.
disrespect. Take yourself off it.
That stuff doesn't bother me because I know what I've got. I know what I can do for people. That's totally fine. But when you're doing this about people that are suffering, and
Yeah,
people are going
definitely.
through these experiences where they feel suicidal, when they feel like they can't get out of bed, and they feel like they can't talk to anybody, and then
Yeah.
you get some little turd that comes on here and is waffling a load of garbage, then yeah, what can you
Yeah,
say?
well,
What can
I've
you say to
battled.
people like that?
I know I've battled depression on and off for a lot of years, but this last 5 years, it's got really, really, really bad. Well, the outline is a marriage breakdown, 22 years.
Okay,
I lost 15 loved ones in 5 years.
sure,
And that's nans, granddads, aunts, uncles.
unbelievable,
And 5 of them I was with them when they died. The worst one being my mum, which was 2 years ago.
crazy.
Um,
And how are you getting through that? The grieving.
I had my days.
Yeah.
I was suicidal.
Okay.
She was my best friend, my world, you know.
Sure.
And I was suicidal back in 18.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, in between all that, my daughter left home to live with her
Right.
dad for 2
Okay.
years. That broke me.
Okay.
Suicidal again. And then November gone.
Mhm.
I got my daughter back. My daughter come
Okay.
back for 2 years.
Sure.
And November gone. My son's now gone to live with his dad. So that broke me. Again, suicidal. So it's kind of suicidal thoughts on and off, on and off. I've only ever done it twice. Once I ended up having stomach pumped and ended up in hospital and that. I then was living off food banks last year.
Okay.
Possibly may have to go bankrupt. Now losing my house, but
Okay.
I'm getting another house, but a
Sure.
smaller house. But it's kind of been a whole spat of 5 years. I mean, I've always balanced and suffered with depression, but these last
Sure.
5 years have been just horrendous.
Sure.
And do you know what, Michael?
Go for it.
How am I still here to tell you the tale? Because I
Sure.
just don't know. That is some inner strength from somewhere. I don't even know. After all those suicidal thoughts and, like I say, only doing it once, I turned to spiritualism.
Okay. Okay.
Getting
Sure.
readings like yourself, getting
Sure.
that calm support and that guidance. That kept me afloat.
It really does help.
It
It really
really, honestly.
people
They
people
think you're
don't
off your rocker, don't
understand.
they? They think you're off
Yeah,
your
they do.
rocker.
People don't understand how much it really helps people.
100%.
Some people don't understand. When I say I'm doing this to help people, I'm
Mm.
doing it for people like yourself. So when you do connect and you get the things like spot on and you're like, how did you know that? Then you understand, hold on a minute, there's something here. Because he can't get it through Facebook. There's no internet thing on there. There's nothing that I can say that would have anything sort of connection to Facebook or anything like that. That's the truth. That's where my readings
You
go.
could not go into all your followers' pages. There's too many. You couldn't
It's
know them
impossible.
individually.
It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you just click their name really quick and then go, okay, I've got this person. Okay, I've
Yeah,
got.
the feed
I,
goes too quick. Yeah, that's rubbish. Yeah.
I do
But
hundreds of readings a month. So, and there's no, yeah. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
but yeah, I was
the
referred to
grieving,
well-being, but I couldn't,
sure.
I didn't, because that
The
opens a can of
grieving
worms.
side of things. Sorry, I don't mean to talk over you. The
You're right.
grieving side of things, from my perspective, from what I hear from these guys, I feel talking to them as if because they are here, but they're just not in the physical form of a body. So
Yeah.
talking to them really, really helps.
Yeah.
Talking to them every day. So wake up and talk to over your mum. Wake up, mum. I know you're here. I love you. I just want you to show me things. Just show me things. Just talk to her openly, and you'll find things will start synchronicities will start happening. You'll start seeing things move, or you'll see little orbs. You will see it
I
because
do that anyway, yeah.
you're starting to understand and allow that grieving process to really come out of you. You're never ever going to stop grieving for a loved one ever. It's never going to
No,
happen. It's never
no.
going to happen. But you can ease it by talking away to them and allowing yourself to understand, look, they are here, but they've just passed over and I'm going to be there with them soon.
Well, I'm
That's
going to try and develop. I'm going to try and develop and sit in circle and stuff like that.
Sure,
I've done it
sure,
before, but obviously
sure.
I got to a bad place, so I had to leave. But I am going to try and develop slow but sure. But I just find in my experiences, it's almost got to the point that every time something goes wrong in life, I can't deal or cope with it. Then I go back again. When
Yeah, but
something
that's,
positive happens,
yeah, okay.
I'm all right again.
Sure, but that's because
Weird.
you're used to that. That's because you're used to that. So every time something happens, you just shut down and go, no, everything's going wrong again.
Yeah.
So that's because you're used to being that way, right? That's the truth. You're used to being that way, so you're going to always shut down. If it goes wrong, even the smallest thing, shut down.
Yeah, but
Smallest
the
thing.
pain and heartache, nobody understands what you're going
No,
through.
of course,
They
of
just
course.
think you're nuts.
No, they don't. Not
And they're
everybody
like,
thinks you're nuts.
oh, what's the matter with you? Because some days
think
I won't get out of bed. Some days I won't get dressed. So I'm proper low. And they're like,
we've
oh,
got
get your
to,
ass out of bed, you lazy bitch. You know, and I'm like,
yeah,
I can't. You don't understand.
of course,
I
of
don't
course,
want to be like that.
of course, of
You
course.
know?
Of course, I think my opinion. It's not a fact; it's opinion. I think a lot of things happen. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm not talking about the passing thing. That's excuse my language. Crap. Saying everything happens for a reason. They pass. That's crap. But I'm talking about with the kids going to their fathers. Maybe you needed that time. Maybe I know you might not look at it like that, but maybe somewhere somehow you needed a bit of time and you might not have been looking at it in that way and thinking, actually, I do need some time. You're looking at it as, oh my God, my kid's leaving me. I'm a terrible mum or whatever it is. Yeah. But you're looking at it that negative way when
Yeah.
really look at it and say, okay, so as much as they're going there, then they're not going to be there forever. And I am gonna get myself together now. I'm gonna sort myself out. Do you
It
understand?
is slowly happening because, like, I didn't see him. Like, my daughter's back in my life anyway, but my boy, he didn't speak to me from November. I didn't see him Christmas, New Year, and
Yeah.
then Mother's Day. I got a call out of the blue, and I was like, crying my eyes out, like, "Way," you know.
Yeah.
And then he started coming round again now, and I'm thinking I'm slowly getting to a little bit of a better stage again because things
Cool.
slowly. I'm moving on Monday. My boy's
Lovely.
back. I'm slowly
Lovely.
getting on that keel, but
Definitely.
to stay there emotionally here, do you know what I mean? It's really difficult. I mean,
It is.
from yourself, how do you deal? What's your coping mechanism? How you've been lately?
Well, I find being self-aware of myself. Now, one thing I want to make very clear is we're going to go through the ups and the downs in life. We're never going to be up all the time. You've got to understand that. And everybody's their own individual people. And so there's always things changing. Everything's evolving all the time for the good or the bad, whatever you want to call it, positive or the negative reason. It's always evolving. It's always changing. Something's always in our mind going to go right and something's always going to go wrong. It just is the way it is. And like I said to that Jamie guy that come on here, I choose to do things that take my mind away from it.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I've started
sit
doing.
around. If I sit around, my mind's going, oh my God, I'm feeling really bad. I'm feeling really crap. I don't want to get out of bed. I hate myself. Look at the state of me now. That's like, it's the way it is. That's because you're sitting around, you're not doing much. Get up and clean the house. Go for a walk. Do something that's going to clear your mind. Go and see friends. Go and see family. Even though if you don't want to go and see them, go and see them. Get them. Go out there and really experience it. Because it really does. If you're taking your mind away from it for that 10, 20 minutes or an hour, do that bloody every day. Why would you not want to? Do you know what I mean? If you get to, sorry
to talk over you. I can definitely say to anyone that's watching this now, I've had so many highs and lows as anyone with depression probably has. Personally, I'm meant to be going to Wellbeing. I'm meant to be going to Cruise, which is a grieving company. I'm meant to be on antidepressants. I choose personally to find the inner strength and turn to like yourself, people like yourself, and
Yes,
start
yeah.
meditation. And I've started to go down that avenue. And I can honestly say, Michael, as true as I sit here and anyone that's watching me, so it's January, I know it's only 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slowly coming up.
Sure.
And I tell people, if you change your reactions to people how on their approach, say someone's putting you down, so which I've had from my narcissist ex-husband after 22 years. He's
Sure.
put me down, he's slated me, he's threatened me, he's this, he's that.
Sure.
But because I now don't react, I now don't contact, and I just, whatever, okay then,
Yeah.
love and
You
light, yeah,
cut the ties.
100%.
Cut the ties. Yeah. They call it cutting the cord.
Yeah.
Cut it
But that's
out.
with everybody. Anyone that wants to shit on your parade, do you know what? Okay, darling, you know, if you turn away your thinking and you ain't reacting and you
Yeah.
ain't going off and spouting your gob off and being this, that, and the other, and you
Sure.
can calmly release and deal with things, that's how I'm dealing with coming up.
Definitely.
And that's a
Definitely.
very good thing. And meditation, and as I say, people like yourself who, in my opinion, my experience, are an inspiration to us.
Thank you.
But don't
Yeah.
forget, Michael, you need somebody to
Oh,
lift you.
it's true. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the
Can't
thing.
do it on your own.
You can get so carried away with helping everybody,
100%.
doing 140 readings a month.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm helping so many people, and I also give free, but I do charge as well naturally. But that's neither in or there. But I do help so many people, and you can get carried away with helping people,
Yeah.
and you using your energy all the time and allowing their loved ones' energies to use you as a vehicle to come through you, to communicate. It takes the life out of you, and you can every month and a half. I get to a point where I just shut down. My mind goes,
Yeah.
it just goes because I'm not resting.
No,
not-
you've got to remember, you're out there helping us. So you've got to take your own advice.
Of course.
And you have got to take that time when you need it. You need
Course.
it. And if you need to turn to spiritualist or, you know, someone else apart from yourself
Yeah.
to help and support and guide you, take your own bloody advice.
It's true.
Don't
It's
just
true.
be there to help us.
It's true.
Get yourself some
Yeah,
help.
it's true. It's true.
You
So,
know?
do you know? Sometimes it's not nice to hear that advice, though.
I get it.
Sometimes, do you understand? Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's not right to hear that advice. Sometimes it's just nice for people just to actually sit there and just listen and say, okay, I've got this going on. Just sit and listen and just get it off your chest. As soon as you get it off your chest, it starts feeling a little bit more like, oh, I'm
I
glad
think
I've
the
done.
problem is not everyone can do that. That's the problem. Some people are like,
Yeah,
I can't go and talk. No, they don't want to hear. I'll bring them down. They're not interested in me. They'll just say, oh, pull yourself out of it. But
yeah,
then they are not the people that you should be surrounding yourself with.
it's
You
true.
need positive people, not
It's
negative
true.
people. And I've learnt that in the last
Yeah, it's
5
true.
years because I'm telling you, I've been ready to get down and be with my mum. Seriously. That
I've been
low.
there. Listen, I've been
Yeah.
there too. I think a lot of people have.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another really good one that I do. Another one that I really, really do. Candles really help. Candles are very calming.
Every day. I burn
Every
them every
day.
day.
Opening the windows and allowing all the stagnant energy out
Every day.
every day. And just
Yeah.
allow the air to flow through, fresh air flowing through. That really helps.
Yeah, 100%. I do both of them.
That really helps.
I
But
mean,
Sharon,
talking helps as well.
oh, 100%.
But
100%.
unfortunately, not everybody is happy or comfortable in doing that. And then that's when it gets worse because it manifests.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you're keeping it in here. And you
Yeah.
can't. I'm sorry, but
No.
you can't do it all on your own.
No, you can't.
So what you're
can't.
doing is amazing.
Thank you, darling. Listen, Sharon, God bless
Seriously.
you.
All right, Dan. You look
I'm
after
always
yourself,
about,
all right?
well, I'm always about, girl. Throw us a message if you need me. All right.
All right,
I'm
lovely.
there. All right. Take it
Mwah.
easy. See you
Take
later,
care,
dog.
sweet.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, how you doing, girl?
Hello, I'm good. You?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
Good.
Talk
I
to me,
just wanted
girl.
to follow on from what Sharon was saying about talking to people who have passed to help, obviously, them feel like they're still here and you're still
Sure.
connected to them.
Sure.
So I lost my daughter in 2015.
Mhm.
And we say good morning to her every morning. We say good
Definitely.
night to her every night.
Definitely.
She's in part of our family in everything we do. We speak her name every day.
Sure.
And I feel like that's really, really helped me in the last, like,
Definitely.
6 years now.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong, like, I've had my down days and
Yeah, of course.
the most awful days where you don't want to, like Sharon said, get out of bed and things like that.
Definitely.
But I feel like just speaking those people's names, if you are grieving, really
Yeah,
does help.
it does. It does.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, and taking your mind away from the actual. I know it's not easy, but taking your mind away from the actual passing
Yeah,
of that person,
yeah,
of that human being, really helps too.
yeah,
Taking your mind
definitely.
away. A lot of people live in that moment of them passing,
Yeah,
and that's the grieving.
yeah,
Obviously, not seeing them too. There's much more to it, but a lot of people live in that moment of the passing, and
yeah.
so a lot of the grieving comes from that passing. Oh
That
my God,
that
that
sad
mo-
moment. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we grieve because we don't get to see them again, also. But the
Hmm.
talking process really, really helps that.
Yeah,
Talking
definitely.
out, I've gone goosebumps from head to toe. So it's the truth. The talking process really, really, really helps that. It really helps talking out and
Yeah,
and really focusing on that. Okay, I know you're around me. I love you, and understanding that they are still around us. That really
yeah,
helps. But also trying to take our mind away from that they did pass, and I am suffering, but I know they're still here. Do you
yeah,
understand? I know they're here.
yeah,
You've got to and I know that's BS. I know that's really hard to say. Oh, it's a lot easier to say. It
yeah,
is, but we have to work to that. Otherwise, we sit in that moment all our life for the rest of our
yeah.
life. And these guys, your loved ones, your baby girl, don't want that for you. They want you to live your life
Of
and try
course,
and be
yeah,
happy. Yeah.
yeah.
So we have to try and work to get away from, oh my God, that the grieving because of that was the passing. I know it's easily said than done.
That's what I've tried to do over the last 6 years. I've tried to, my purpose now for living. I have 2 other children, so obviously they are my priority.
Of course.
But also, I'm here to live my life now for my daughter.
Definitely.
And I try and make a positive spin on it. And that sounds ridiculous, because how can you make a positive spin on it? But me
Yeah, yeah.
sitting and dwelling and being negative isn't going to change the outcome.
No.
So the only thing I can do now is make a positive out of a negative.
It's true.
And with say, like, my grandparents, I now remember the good times I had rather than the time when they then passed and I was sad.
Yeah, sure.
I remember
Sure.
my upbringing and that sort of thing, and that kind of doesn't get me through the grieving, because you don't ever get through it, but it kind
Yeah.
of eases the pain a little bit and kind of
Yeah,
gives you a
sure.
positive spin.
Of course.
Yeah.
Kirsty, God bless her.
Mwah.
Yeah, darling.
See you later.
See you later. How you doing, darling?
Oh, good. Hi, are you okay?
You all right?
Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, all good, girl. All good.
I
Talk to me.
I suffered, well, I'd say since 2015.
Yeah.
I was in a bad relationship. That's how it started, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got to a point where I wouldn't leave my house because obviously I thought, oh, I'm going to be harassed, or I'm going to be hounded, or I'm not going to be able to get out of this situation. So it got to a point that when I was staying in my house, and then it got to a point where I thought, oh, it wasn't just him outside, it was somebody else outside who I didn't know. So I just thought I was being like followed and then instigated then. So it went from depression to anxiety, and then to OCD as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I went into like this stage where I had to do certain things at certain times. It was like a perfectionist, if anything.
Yeah.
It was just controlling my life. Yeah,
That's really, really common, that is.
It's crazy, and obviously I had medical help for it. Thankfully, I got a lot of family support around me. I'm 1 9, I got
Yeah.
8 brothers and sisters and my mother, and obviously they were telling me I needed help because it was
Cool.
out of their control. Because yeah, your family's there to listen, but what we got to understand as well is it's only so much our families can do. Like,
It's true.
I think a lot of the time people who suffer with mental health do depend on their families a lot, and they can't work miracles. That's why
Yeah.
things like medication and therapists and other third parties out there to help as well. But
Yeah.
I was blaming them a lot because I was expecting them to try and fix me or do
Cool.
something, and they couldn't. But they said obviously the anxiety led to OCD and things like that. But
Mhm.
then obviously I took myself out of that situation. I wouldn't ring the police and things like that because I was worried, because obviously I had children and things like that. I thought, oh, obviously me being me, I thought, oh, am I going to end up on my children taken off me? And it was just really bad. I was just my worst enemy, I was. And it was
How
me
are
that
you?
was doing it.
How are you today in this day?
I'm a lot better now. I'd say the past 2 years, I've been a lot better because I had my son in January 2019. I got 2 children. One's
Okay.
12. Thankfully, he was in school a lot of the time. So when I
Mhm.
was, doing all these little things that I thought I needed to do, he was in school. He couldn't see a lot. But
Yeah.
when I caught pregnant with my second son, I
Mhm.
got to be honest, as shameful as I am to say, I dreaded it. I wasn't happy
Yeah.
for my pregnancy. I thought all these thoughts, I thought, am I going to love him like I loved my other son? He was
Of
just
course.
really there. But then it was like the minute he was born, I couldn't stay in my bedroom anymore. Or
Mhm.
when my older son was in school, I couldn't be upstairs or stripping the beds all
Yeah.
the time or
Yeah.
showering 3 times a day and just doing these things every single day. He needed me more than what I needed myself. Do you get what I mean? But I
Yeah.
think the bottom line is what people need to understand, because I didn't understand it first. I thought I was a terrible person. I was a bad mother. It's you're not neglecting your children or anyone around you.
No.
Like you're neglecting yourself.
Of course.
So that's what I needed to understand, and I needed to work on myself. It wasn't about doing all these things and hiding everything from my child, because that was a hard thing as well.
Mhm.
But I'm a lot better now.
You still got the
Obviously,
OCD and that, or you still?
yeah, no, it's all because what I done. Because obviously you're all instigated through relationships and things. I took myself out of that. I acknowledge, you need to ring the police when you need to, and you got to.
Of course.
It's not just going to go away by yourself. You've got to actually step up and fight it. And I know it's
Mhm.
easier said than done, because at the time when my family was telling me to, I just thought, oh, just shut up. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what I'm going through.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you're fighting with your own brain.
You are.
But
You are.
even just little things like taking the dog out for a walk, just for that half hour, just getting out. It's different
Mhm.
scenery, because I was locked up for so long.
Mhm.
Not locked up, but I was doing it to myself.
Of course.
I just thought prisoners wasn't even, being like this. I wasn't eating. My appetite wasn't there.
Yeah.
They put me on sleeping tablets, but I was taking sleeping tablets with energy drinks. It was just, I just wasn't there. I was just
Of course.
neglecting myself.
Of course.
But now, like, I'm back in work. I had to come out to work for 2 years. I'm
Yeah.
back in work now, and it's mad to think, like, I take care of my children. I'm a care assistant in my job, so like
Happy days.
I'm capable of caring for other people, and I couldn't
Course.
even care for myself at that point. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But my bedding goes in the wash twice a week now, not once a day. Do you get what I mean? I shower once in the morning, not 3 times a day. Do you get what I mean?
But
So it's
but
just normal now.
you've experienced it, and
Mhm.
that's something for you to progress on. You're still young. Something for you,
Definitely, yeah.
and you can look back and go, well, I ain't gonna get involved with another dickhead.
Mm. But
I,
what it is now, it's like when you've passed that bad part and like you're recovering, then basically it's like you sort of acknowledge when it's coming back slowly, so you can do
Yeah.
something about it before it gets to that bad stage
Sure.
again. So
Sure.
like that's what I'm good at now. I gotta be honest. I gotta think, right, today is gonna be I need to get out now. I'll go up my mother's, which unfortunately a lot of people haven't got somewhere to go.
No.
But I'll go somewhere, and this lockdown haven't helped at all people's situations. I understand that as well.
Yeah.
But your mental health comes before anything. Do you get what I mean?
It
So
does. It
they got to
does.
just stick your middle finger up of the government and things like that, because that you got to think of yourself in these situations.
You have.
I've moved house and everything now, so I've had a fresh start. I think
Happy days.
when I was in that situation, I needed a friend. It was just like I just couldn't. I was like taking 2 steps back,
Yeah,
2
yeah, yeah.
steps forward, 3 back, and it was just it
Sure.
wasn't working. But it's definitely now I'm at the stage, and it's like can't believe I can actually look back now. And as mad as it says, I actually give people advice now, which they go, "Oh, do you know what, Lou? Thanks for that. You've really made me see, and I was
Definitely.
never capable of that before."
Definitely.
You know,
Well,
so
it's a
it's
massive
nice.
achievement. It's a massive achievement for where you are now. So you should be proud of yourself.
Thanks, Mike. And you,
The
how are you
truth, man.
feeling?
Good, good. I'm
Yeah?
just, yeah. I'm just out, like I said, I'm just out there trying to do things to make myself happy, forgetting about the mind. The mind it gets you, doesn't
Do you
it?
know what it is as well? When I notice, when people know you're down, like your friends or your family, will go, "Oh, come on, we'll go for food," and like you go for food, and then you go home, and then they're like, "Are you better now? How are you feel?" And it's like they don't acknowledge, yeah, you're alright
No.
while you're out, but then when you go back, then it's back to square one for some, and
Of course
just
it
a lot
is.
of people just don't understand that.
Yeah,
But
it's true.
just take every day as it comes, innit?
And I'll just live day by day. It's
Mm.
as simple as that, isn't it?
It's the best way to be, innit?
Best way to be, though. Yeah. Listen, it's lovely talking to you.
And you, thanks, Mike.
Behave yourself. See you later.
Ta-ra.
See you later. How's everyone doing? Listen, thanks guys for all coming on. If you would like for this to be the following week, I'm going to try and do it the following week as well. I'd love for you guys to get it shared out, and we'll see where it goes, isn't it? I'd love for more people to come forward and start talking about their experiences. If you want it to carry on, then that's the way it's going to have to be. All right. So thanks for coming and watching. It's very kind of you. I'll be live tomorrow for free readings. All right. So God bless you all. Take it easy. See you later.